Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, and back to the World Puzzle Federation. This is the 2015 Round 5, where, of course, all of the puzzles were worth a total of 600 points, and people had to solve them in, I think it was 90 minutes. This is a 25-point puzzle, and it's an odd Sudoku, so we're getting into the variants, and we're back to easier ones for now. Everything in life is only for now. Odd Sudoku or odd even Sudoku is a variant that I really enjoy, so I should be able to do okay at this one, I'm hoping. Although I'm not going to be trying to speed solve as normal, I'm going to be trying to use tricks that enable people who aren't familiar with the constraint to be able to solve a little bit faster and understand a bit better when watching. That's always my goal. So let's have a look at the rules and then move on. Before then, of course, in the description below, there'll be a link to this puzzle as well as to all of the World Puzzle Federation archives from 2014 right up until today, whatever today is. So yeah, hopefully that's like thousands of puzzles for you for free if you're looking for them. Okay, let's have a look at Odd Sudoku. Of course, this puzzle is set by the Serbian team, and this specific puzzle, the first one set by a different setter, it was set by Branko Ceranic. So yeah, thank you, Branko. So rules. Normal Sudoku rules. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition, and then all cells marked with a circle must contain an odd digit. That's the rules. Now, we are continuing the trend of having a letter and a number in the grid. I'm not sure what F stands for, but F1, this is the first variant. I don't know if F meant variant. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Now, between 1 and 9, there are only 5 odd digits, which of course means, which is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and there are 4 even digits, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now, with this being such an easy puzzle worth 25 points, I could probably just start putting things in, but I'm actually going to show the coloring trick that can be used, which can often help with solving even odd puzzles. So what we can do is we can start by making all of the circles. Now, I use yellow for odd, and we can say all of these digits need to be odd. We can also select any odd digits in the grid and say that they need to be odd. So those digits are odd, and these digits here, I use blue for even, are even. And this allows us to potentially look at the grid and try and figure out if we can split the grid into odd and even, such as we've got all 5 odds in this column, so those need to be even. Now we could go further, but I'm going to keep coloring for now. Those need to be even. We've got, actually I am going to solve at this point. So what we've got, because I'm seeing stuff, so I'm going to use it. In this column, these are the 2 even digits that haven't been placed in the column, which are 4 and 6, but this C's a 4. So this has to be a 6, and therefore this has to be a 4. Now we can do some Sudoku. 6 has to be in one of those 2. These 2 cells C, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So they can't be even. They must be odd. And now we've got all 5 odds in this row. So these digits are all even. And this C's 2 and 8, so that's 4 or 6. Not necessarily great. But they're the sorts of tricks that I'm looking for. But now we've got all 4 even digits in this box. So these must be odd. And this C's 1, 5, 7, and 9. So that's a 3, which means these are 1 and 9. That's cool. 7 is in one of these 2 by Sudoku. Okay. Now, these are 4, 6, and 8. Well, this is 4 or 6 because it sees 2 and 8. This sees 2 and 8. So this has to be the 8, and this becomes the other 4, 6. Neat. 8 is in one of those 2 by Sudoku. Okay. And unfortunately, because I'm coloring, I'm probably losing track of some of the Sudoku I could be doing, but that's okay. I mean, it's okay for me. I've got all 4 evens. I've got 2, 4, and 6, but that has to be even. That is 8. All of these become odd. This now has to be 4 or 6, giving me the 4, 6 in the column. Now, I've got to put an 8 in one of those, and only one of those could be even, and it has to be 4 or 6. But that digit and that digit are the same, so yeah, that's not it. There is a 6 in one of those. That's not it either. Oh, I've got all 5 odds in this box now. So those are all even. And that means I've got all 4 evens in this column. So those all become odd. And 8 is not odd. So that becomes the 8, which is even, and this becomes the 8, which is the only even digit I hadn't placed in the column. These are 2 and 4, which are the even digits I hadn't placed in the box, and the 2 looks across making that the 4 and that the 2. The 4 now looks across making that the 6, which looks up making that the 4, which looks across the box making that the 6, which looks across making that the 4. I have to put a 6 in one of those 2. Which means this can't be the 6. This is the 6, which is even, and this is the, the odd color is color 3, which is why often you'll see me when I'm trying to color, I will put a 3 in when I'm trying to color something yellow. So these, well, this can't be 1, 3, or 7. So this is 5 or 9, and it can't be 5. That's 9, which means this is 1, and this is the 3 that hasn't been placed in the row. This is an odd digit that's not 1, 3, or 7, so it's 5 or 9. This is an odd digit that's not 1, 7, or 9, so it's 3 or 5. Okay. Where's 9 in this box? It can't be in any of those. That's the 9. So these become 1 and 7, and the 7 is looking down, making that the 1 and that the 7. I have yet to place a 5 in this row. This has to be an odd digit that's not 5, 7, or 9, so it's 1 or 3. Because it sees 5, 7, and 9. This can't be even because it sees 2, 4, 6, and 8. So this is an odd digit. So the 8 is in one of those 2. Where's 4 in this row? It can't be in any of those, it can't be in any of those, and these are odd. So that's the 4, which is the even digit, and that's all 4 even digits, so these become odd. These have to be 1 and 7 because I've got the other 3 odds. These are 1 and 7, and these now must all be even because I've got the 5 odd digits in the column. So these are the 4 even digits, which means these must be odd because I've got all 4 evens already. So these digits here are the 3, 5, 9 that have not been placed in the column, but that can't be the 9. This is actually a 3, 5 pair in the box. So 9 is in one of those 2. So where is 9 in this column? I can't put it here because of the 9. I can't put it here because 9 has to go into one of those 2. That's actually the 9. And that digit goes into, that digit goes into there with the 9. I've got all 4 evens in this row now. So that's the 2, and this has to be odd. And that's all 5 odds in this box. So those digits there must be even. And these are 2, 6, and 8. And they can't be a 2 in any of those, so that's the 2. I've got all 5 odds in this column, so this has to be even, and the only even available in this box is the 6. This is not the 6, this is the odd digit. These are 6 and 8, and this is all coming together quite well. These are the 4 and the 6, which haven't been placed in this box yet. But these are the 1 and the 3 that haven't been placed in the column. In this column, we've placed 1, 3. We haven't placed 5 and 7. So this has to be the 9 that hasn't been placed in this box, which means 1, 9. So these are 3, 5, and 7. And the 3 is looking across, making that the 5 and that the 3. The 5 makes that the 9. And these, of course, are the 1, 5, 7 that haven't been placed in the box. But the 5, 7 is looking up, making this the 1. And this is a 5, 7 pair. Excellent. This now can't be 1, 5, 7, or 9. This is the 3. The other way of looking at it is that is all 5 odd digits. So these all have to be even. And this is where the colouring can help. And this can't be 2, 4, 6. So that is 8, which is the last even digit in the box. So this has to be the odd digit. But these are now 2 and 4, and the 2 here is making that the 4 and that the 2. The 4 looks across, making that the 6 and that the 4. The 6 looks back, making that the 8 and that the 6. And by Sudoku, that has to be the 8, which is the last odd digit and even digit, and this is the odd. And I've completed half of the puzzle at this point. even though it's an odd puzzle where they give you odd clues, the first half of the puzzle I've completed is the even puzzle, because you can kind of split the puzzle into the even puzzle and the odd puzzle. Once you've figured out which half is even and which half is odd, they're kind of two completely different Sudoku puzzles. One working just on even digits and one working just on odd digits. And as you can see, I'm really stressed about my time because I'm rambling on. These, I have to put a 9 in one of these two cells. So by Sudoku, this is the 9, which means this is a 1, 3. The 1, 3 is looking across, making this the 5, this the 7, this the 1, this the 3. That looks up taking 3 out of those. These are 5 and 9. So these are 1, 3, and 7. Haven't figured it out yet. The 3 is looking down, making this the 1 and this the 3. So this is 5 or 7 for the column, and that gives me a 5, 7 in the row, which means this is the 9, this is the 5. It means this isn't the 7, because this has to be 1 or 3 to complete this row, and the 3 makes this the 1, which makes this the 3, and takes 3 out of both of those. Okay. I need to put a 9 in one of those two to complete the column, and that 9 says it's not there. That's the 9. So this is a 5 or a 7, but this 3 is now looking across, making that the 1 and that the 3. The 1 makes that the 7 and that the 1. The 7 looks back, making that the 5, which makes that the 7. The 5 can also look up, making that the 7 and that the 5. And now I'll use that 5 to make that the 7 and that the 5. And that is the solution to this puzzle. Under 10 minutes, so not a lightning fast time for a 25-minute puzzle. A world champion would be trying to do it in about 2.5 minutes, and an average speed solver would be trying to do it in about 5. But they wouldn't be coloring, they'd be just writing in digits. They wouldn't be doing any explaining either. But what they would be doing is they would be just trying to get the digits in as fast as possible. Whereas I'm trying to show you what I'm doing and teach you tricks to help you solve puzzles of this type. So I'm hamstringing myself, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And fun is more important than speed every single time. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series, pardon me. And as always, good luck with your solving.
Hey, hey.